Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. Today we're in the Lamentations of Jeremiah. It's November the 12th, and we're looking at chapter 1. So in this little book, Jeremiah expresses his deep sorrows about Judah's judgments and destruction. He begins by asking, why is the city of Jerusalem destroyed? He remembers her glory days, and he just cannot comprehend the depth of her desolations. This book is like the reading of a personal journal of Jeremiah as he records, as he speaks to himself in his great distress. It's actually a record of his speaking to the Lord, but it's like his own personal journal of his experience. This book is the sufferings of Judah. And are such that everyone looks on in amazement and wonders how such a glorious nation can be so humbled. He asks, is it nothing to you, all you that pass by? Behold and see if there is any sorrow like unto my sorrow, which you have done unto me, in which the Lord has afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. Of course, he's speaking the words of Jerusalem as if Jerusalem was a woman. From above he has sent fire into my bones. It hath prevailed against them. He has spread a net for my feet. He has turned me back. He has made me desolate and faint all the day. One can feel the desperation of a nation that has turned its back on God. Jeremiah is called the weeping prophet. He says, these things I weep. Mine eye runs down with water, because the Comforter, that he should relieve my soul, is far from me. My children are desolate, because the enemy prevailed. And again, behold, O Lord, I am in distress, my bowels are troubled, mine heart is turned within me. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. And Jeremiah asks questions. Why? How has the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel? And remembered not his footstool in the day of his anger. Of course, everyone in his day saw these things happening, but Jeremiah had vision. He could see these things happening before they happened. While the people thought everything was okay, he could see things from God's perspective, and he could see God's judgment coming. He describes the situation as he sees it. The city is destroyed. The gates are burned. The king and the princes are captive in a foreign land. There is no law being kept. The prophets have no vision from the Lord. The elders are silent. They can give no advice. They sit in the dunghill with ash on their heads. They sit in sackcloth. The young virgins cannot bring up their faces to look upward. Their eyes run out with tears. Hungry children ask for food, and Gentiles who pass by say, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty and the joy of the whole earth? Jeremiah says, let their hearts cry unto the Lord. O wall of the daughter of Zion, let tears run down like a river day and night. Give thyself no rest, and let not the apple of thine eye cease. Jeremiah sees young and old, unburied in the streets, and he asks God, not why he is allowed. Why have you done this, he says. Now my password is a little phrase, which is in chapter 2, verse 9 and 10. Let me read the whole of the verse to you, and I'll tell you what the phrase is. He's describing Zion. He says, her gates are sunk into the ground. He hath destroyed and broken her bars. Her king and her princes are among the Gentiles. The law is no more. Her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. The elders of the daughter of Zion sit upon the ground and keep silence. They cast up dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. Can you imagine a more desolate, lost state that Israel found themselves in that day? With the gates destroyed, with the king and the princes gone, with the law not being kept by anyone anymore, with the prophets finding that they have no vision from the Lord. There came a time, you see, in which God had ceased to speak to his people. And when that happens, then they're in a terrible state. Of course, away in Babylon there was a prophet, the prophet Daniel, and there was Ezekiel, and there was Jeremiah, but these were the false prophets. These were the prophets that told tales. These were the prophets that said peace, peace, when there was no peace. And as for the elders are known for their wisdom. They're known for their counsel. They're known for their sane thinking. And they sit there and they're silent. The elders keep silence. What a terrible thing. And as for the virgins, they hang their heads down to the ground. What a terrible thing came upon Zion at this time. Well, there we are. That's my scripture for today. Look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.